Hello and welcome to another coaching video, and in this one we have a Platinum SHACO versus a Platinum EVELYNN. And obviously we have our bottom lane face checking and doing a 2v2 straight up, late invading. The enemy team is, sitting there ready to go. EVELYNN's going to get freebies down here. Kled is down here. We have a Kled mid lane. SHACO, EVELYNN, different matchups, different style of jungling. However, both with some invisibility or camouflage. I know there's a distinct difference. However, that change was largely annoying when they did it, but hey, it is what it is. So our bottom lane is typically going to go ahead and troll when we're setting up our boxes, ready to do our 3 camp level 3 gank. However, you can still gank top lane. It is allowed. Please look at doing that if you are such a champion. Now, in this particular case, the EVELYNN's obviously just warded deep here and now starting on the blue, on her red. Blue side, doing her red, because this is the blue side of the map. This is the red side of the map for those who don't, know the terminology. We all should though. This ward will give us some value, although we're not expecting any level 2 ganks. In the meantime, our SHACO is just saying, hey, set up my boxes, do the red, head on over to the Krugs. Now, as I've been saying, this champion has a good win rate. This champion performs well. This champion is one of the better junglers in the game if you know what you're doing. So this guy in this game does a decent performance, but I'm curious as to what exactly happens, because the gold graph was interesting. Virkayu.gg's comprehensive courses will give you all of the up-to-date information you need to climb on your MMR. This is all in addition to our powerful one-on-one coaching and access to the coaching VOD library. And for those of you who want to escape the elo that you're in, because obviously, let's face it, you want the next step, the Jungle Improvement PDF has been released on my site for absolute free. 37 pages of jungle terminology, exercises, and tips to help you carry, win, and climb, take your potential and convert it into reality. So the EVELYNN here obviously is going to be full sequencing. The Annie, super strong at the moment, by the way. All in from the Kled, has Skarl's shield, doesn't want to tank too many minions, but decides, hey, actually, I do want to tank the minions, and then goes for the trade. The SHACO in the meantime says, hey, I know EVELYNN gets leashed on the bottom side. I anticipate this kind of action. Let me ward deep here and then try and go top lane. I like this play. You know why? Because we know she's sequencing up. We know we're going to have an opportunity to clean up the top, and then, of course, we can go back. The Q deceive looks a little bit weird there. We place the box, which doesn't break the camouflage, with the invis, and then free absolute juicy kill. Nice wave held by the box as well. And now we know the EVELYNN will show up here, and this is when we get the next invade here. The Q is up again. 2 shift poison ready to go. Getting that slow, and of course, does giga damage when they're below 30% HP. So let's see if we can get another kill here. We should be able to get something. We're going to place the box. The EVELYNN actually intelligently walks the other direction, but intelligence doesn't save you against Ignite. And why she flashed, I don't know. I would have kept that flash. Now here, I would not hit this box hit this plant necessarily to Kled, because we know from F King, as we should be doing, that Kled is rotating up and we know he's low. Because if we were watching this trade while we were taking the Krugs, again, which you should be doing, we know that his threat is not really that strong, although we are waiting for a Q. My concern more so is with this guy right here. So I want to see where he is. Maybe I can steal the Grump, because everyone's going to respawn in 5 seconds. What do you think she's going to go for here? Okay, we know that the SHACO has this whole blue side up. We also know that this Grump, this one camp here, is not worth pathing in this direction, because 99% at the least the SHACO is going to take this Scuttle Crab. So we kind of want to take this freebie right now, and then of course we can take this. However, we can also say we know EVELYNN's going down here. Let me snack this sucker right up. I'm going to leave that, making her think I'm going for that, because that's what she'd expect me to do. You follow? And then I'm going to collapse and kill her should she show down here. We do have a lot of gold, though, so let's see exactly what transpires and what we think about doing. That's what's kind of running through my mind right now. How denial do I want to be versus how snowball laney do I want to be? Because that's the difference, right? You can sometimes decide, do I suppress and remove the enemy jungler as long as possible, such my lanes can go ahead and win? Or do I want to gank the lanes a lot and kind of get them ahead and let the enemy jungler just exist a little bit and take them out when I can? We decide to say, hey, look, Kled's in the mid lane. Let me Q deceive, face the other way so I can please get some bonus damage. Yeah, that doesn't really do nothing at this point. We know EVELYNN's going to be down here. They have bottom lane prio. Let's see what we can do. The Q a little bit wasted here, obviously. We did try. We see the EVELYNN. Now there's prio in the mid lane, thereby showcasing the very important aspect of who has prio and what can I do about it. Now we do have Q, so we can go over the wall. There's no flash. We basically say, look, I'm gonna not coin flip, but I know this is gonna happen. She will contest this outside and rule. Let's see what she does now. What is she doing? She's so confused. This is exactly why I tell you guys to shift the tempo around through what's expected. Oh, wait a second. The screen, I don't have the screen flashing red in the replays, obviously, because, it's a replay. So the Kled is actually going for this as well. But I'm like, this is what I like, this confusion. She's like, man, I did a 5 camp. I got killed. I lost his bottom skeletal despite having double lane power. The bottom lane here is doing platinum things like, I would love to help you, EVELYNN. I would love to rotate and help you get this crap, but I currently have the Samira and this Xerath. Please, guys, if they pick a Samira, pick a melee support, they buffed it. You can also do it and navigate the lane gracefully. You just have to know your all-in markers, all right? You don't always have to go some kind of ranged thing. I know Morgana can be annoying for a lot of you people in the lower brackets, in the mid brackets, but come on, you know. It's a Samira, help her out a little bit. So the Kled actually goes on the deep engage here. Itchy Neck hits the plant, sees us. Now the Shaker walks towards him, which is absolutely stupid. Once he hits it and you see him, you should be leaving the scenario. There's no reason for us to actually turn towards him. He hits it, we put a box down, we leave, all right? We can always leave the box and just go back to base and buy. And if we have to lose this, we lose this. So, Platinum junglers, please know when you need to give shit up. You're at the elo now where this is going to cost you. EVELYNN's getting a free blue, by the way. He gets to go back to base with double buffs, by the way. Yeah, and he's very strong. Most likely people are just locking in champions without thinking about their impact on the map just because, hey, OP champion, I can play it. It's Andy. It's simple, right? And then they don't know what they're doing. So, unnecessary blue giveaway. I would just box and kind of leave. What I actually like to do in this scenario, just to be fully clear, is Black Shield, W slow. Morgana's got no Q as long as we're tracking that, but it's a little bit dodgy. We don't want to be too overzealous here because we know that EVELYNN's taking our blue. We know she's in the area. We know she can rotate, unless, of course, she decides, well, I'm kind of reset. I'm kind of trying to commentate on this while thinking a little bit, and I'm kind of thinking, like, at what point do we back off? This is a classic Platinum thing, man. They'll go for these kills, they'll get these trades. Excuse me, I hit the microphone. I'm not okay with this. So, this is all situations. This whole situation is something I don't think we should be in, right? I do think we see the EVELYNN. We're like, okay, she's waffling. This is great because I confused her. She didn't think about me. Cool, nice. Kled hits the plant. All right. Wow, this sucks. All right. Place a box somewhere that you feel is most appropriate to actually get triggered, give you the visions. And I would try and sneak the wolf camp. As long as I have vision here and I can sneak the wolf camp, I'm kind of happy. Because the issue is I can sneak this, then I can assess, hey, bottom lane, are you healthy enough to rotate? In mid lane, could you maybe rotate? Or because Kled doesn't get the kill, because Kled can't really do anything, because Kled doesn't want to overcommit into the jungle and lose so much mid lane, he just leaves, right? Or you fake out you're leaving here, and of course you can queue back in and go to the wall, so they don't expect you to be on the walls, and you get the free camp. Likewise, maybe you still lose the blue, but at least you can stay on the map for the grump, or maybe the Kled goes back mid lane, you know that EVELYNN's on the blue, and then you just kill her. So not dying here, as much as that is $350 advice, I think here the indication is not, hey, just don't die. It's, hey, there's a better play to be made. I'm okay giving up my blue or baiting that I'm giving up the blue in order to achieve it. And I think when you're something like the SHACO, can be super, super good. And obviously here, like we now feel overforced, right? There's no blue. They're pushing up. They're low. I kind of want to go in here and get the kill. Of course, we get the 2 shift. We get the kill there. That's nice. We do die for it, though. Again, giving a carry kills. Kai'Sa, Kled, get kills from us is not so good. So out of base, we go to the wolves into the grump, which is silly because, again, if we're going to sequence towards the mid lane, let's go to the grump and the wolves and then go mid lane. Now we have spaghetti paths, so thus wasting time. Alternatively, we know that these are level 1 camps. These are level 4 camps, so we could go and take those to optimize experience and then gank mid lane from the top side. Especially if EVELYNN took out blue, and she didn't have a scanner, and she left a ward on it, and now they see us going from the grump to the wolves, from the grump to the wolves. You follow. In Platinum, we can go faster. It's important that you understand and you start to think a little bit faster as well. Kled is 6 now. And he goes in. Kled goes in. Yeah. Well, we'll get the kill. There is a Nunu Echo 2-Trick, who became a very diverse jungler in my Discord. He's a mod now, but he was very much a 2-Trick, and now he's super diverse. Plays a lot of Rek'Sai, plays Kindred, plays Viego. I really expanded his pool and his skill set. Point being, at one point he did Taric jungle with a Kled top lane. Basically, they would just do this every game, except it was a 2v1 against the Annie, and he would just snowball every game with this Taric Kled combo. Really, 2 years old at this point, but that just reminded me of seeing Kleds kind of just dive, tank, hoppity hop, skip out, not die. I mean, it just reminded me of that, watching that. That's why I kind of just watched it. I was like, yeah, I remember that that occurrence. Some disease combinations in this game. Outside in rule, EVELYNN obviously goes ahead and gets to snack this. And because we know, this is important here, because we know that the SHACO shows up and we see him kind of leave mid lane and get this kill here, 420 nice, we kind of fall back to our blue side here, snack this, and we go to the top side. Now, the downside is we're really close to 6. This sucks. Like, if she hadn't died early, or she maybe got one kill, one more camp, she'd be really primed to actually counter gank this at 6, and she could really be anywhere in the lane. But because she knows the Shaco's going up, she's worried that he's going to show up. He should be pretty damn close to 6, or getting 6 before he shows. So she's kind of like, can I lane counter gank this? Let's see if her foresight pays off. Doesn't always. But with the Gnar pushing, nowhere near Mega, doesn't, or he does have his flash up again, excuse me, we should be tracking that. Let's see if this actually works. He's getting the Mega as quickly as he can, and we're not able to quite kill him. The SHACO tries to go in there. We get the full charm from the EVELYNN onto the Fiora, who ripostes sideways, which is quite funny. We did activate our ult, obviously. Now we're going to chase down, try to get the explosion here. She does hit the Q onto the actual SHACO, unless, of course, it's a bait, but it's obviously not a bait. But now she's thinking, is it a bait? I better kill this box, and she did. Oh, man. I think we disrespected Q, please. Lol. Well done. That's as much as you could do in that situation. Wait for the Q, wait for the Q, wait for the Q. All right, let me just get this kill guaranteed. So this was a really nice, like, hey, I'm going to make this as decoy as possible. I mean, obviously you can tell, but the EVELYNN kind of, I don't know, people just feel so compelled to kill the clone, don't they? They're like, oh, better kill it. It's gold. Better do that. And then they get chunked, and then they forget that the fact that SHACO can just walk into your jungle here really quickly and kill you. But she used good understanding of this to move towards the wall so SHACO couldn't get in and not protected him. Protected her, excuse me, and what he should have done is kind of detach, not get caught in this dangerous scenario, but again, you're an assassin, right? So, we look at it and we say we have 5 kills, 3 deaths, 0 assists, we're the same CS as a farming jungler. Nice, can't face, Joker memes, you know, you wonder how I got the smile, all that kind of good stuff. But at the same time now, EVELYNN's got free presence, right? She's going to respawn, she can full sequence, she has her ult available, she can gank your bottom lane who are not really ahead, she can probably just go straight to the mid lane, she could go straight back to the top lane, give you the dragon and take the herald. She can do whatever she wants, and that's my problem with these 3 deaths. I think the 5 kills is great, I think the CSing was okay, the plant was hit, so just be cautious here. You should always pull the crab towards where you might have safety, or at least keep it as neutral as possible so that they have to flank far away, not snack from either side. And this is not what I would call a good play. We just see this kind of get hit here, right? We have this presence. We also don't even know if it's warded or not. And I'm looking at the map here, and I'm like, Annie's here. She's top lane, no TP. It's pre-14, not all days. Kled is always going to do this. The Kled is a macro. He has the ultimate. He has the ability to roam, and he will do that for his jungler. That's what good Kleds do, even in the top lane. We also have a bottom lane here that are getting giga fisted. Doesn't help that we give Kaiser a kill, but like, look at the CS, 71 to 35. Press tab. You don't go press tab, look at the assists, and go, ha, this is a good lane. You press tab, and you're like, my ADC is half the CS of the enemy ADC. Oh, look at the plates. It's a lot of plates that are gone. Then I'm going to press the magic button here, X, and we're going to see 2,300 gold in the Samira, 3,300 gold in the Kaiser. Just under 1,000 advantage at this stage of the game. Huge. Now, we, of course, have a 1,300 gold advantage of the enemy jungle because of our 5 kills. So, what do I like? I like the 5 kills. What do I hate? The 3 deaths. Could we have gotten those 5 kills maybe without dying 3 times? Most games, we should be able to. Some games, you will stretch it and you will die. I feel like this one here, for example, we don't want that death. We can find a way to get the kill, that's fine. But you chunking and pushing her off into her tower here and having to base means you get free Grom, right? If that respawns in time. Or if Herald's up, you get a free Herald. Or at the very least, you can basically do the cheese strategy of ganking mid lane. Again, if you can kill him, and then kind of cutting and protecting this side because you know she's coming down here. You know she's arriving down here. So there's a lot of little mind games and trickeries that we could do just because of our Q deceive that we didn't use. And then we go into the pit, we start pulling this dragon, we don't really have anything else we want to do in this map. We don't have Pride in either lane. It's absolutely ridiculous that we would bait this and give this away. Well, that 18 seconds went by a lot quicker than I anticipated. The cooldown's not that high. The Kled's not moving in the river. Of course, we don't have our bonus clone now. Whereas EVELYNN, camouflage EVELYNN, we don't have the full knowledges. That's the benefit of the champion. And he's out of position, so Kled says, hey, can we just engage in this? Yes, we can. We have forced this. This is our doing. This is our action. I don't care if we win it or not. This is us basically coin flipping. EVELYNN shows up very, very quickly there. Can we kill the Morgana? Yes, we can. And then EVELYNN will have ultimate now. Kaiser shows up here. And Q, please. Please, Q. Q, we have it. Kind of obvious where we went, but not many other places for us to escape to. So you might go as SHACO. Wow, man, my team suck, man. Like, they're letting me down, man. Yeah, but you allowed this to happen. And of course, EVELYNN has her ultimate available here. So, does she keep chasing or does she go back for the red? Did she not see the plant get hit? Oh, come on, man. Yeah. So the trickery will work for us, but now we're just wasting time. We missed some camps, we missed some sequencing. If you're gonna do this dragon, right, out of base here from this kill in the EVELYNN, take these first, wait for your laners to repopulate, gank your lane, and then reward yourselves with this objective. Now we're just hanging around way too much. EVELYNN can see the box be placed, she can see the wards be placed. You're just doing some mind gaming, and I don't like it because, you know, like we're just wasting it again. It's pretty obvious which one it's going to be. Mind gamed yourself. This kind of stuff is why I don't like cheese, because cheese will never beat fundamentals. What is fundamentals in this case? Playing around prio, rotating to situations which have a high probability of success, not rotating to situations which have a high risk of failure, right? And of course, not doing dragons when you have no prio with mid laners in base and bottom laners who are down at 1k gold in a pit that you haven't scanned or put a control ward. Standard stuff. Fundamentals will always beat cheese. Cheese will get you advantages, and sometimes win you games. That E was horrific. This is definitely not a scripting Xerath. Please stop playing Xerath support if you have a Samira. In fact, just stop playing Xerath support, period. Thank you very much for coming to my TED Talk. Now, the SHACO is basically going to go out of base here to the walls, most likely blue Gromp instead of Gromp blue for better sequencing, and then we're going to lose this bottom scuttle. It's also possible that EVELYNN says, hey, I still have ultimate, can I just invade and maybe do some killings? She hasn't reset though, so that would be a lot more risky for her. She's choosing to go bot side. Okay, I'm watching. The Xerath is disrespecting. I had a game that we won. One jungle game. I had CS lead. I was doing a super good job against enemy jungler. That's my thing, right? I might not always gank as much as I should. I admit that, but I definitely shut down enemy junglers and get huge leads. But you're running away from SHACO. SHACO's like, yes, thank you. Free passive. Additional damage that can critically strike. That's the irony, right? It's like the Cassiopeia when you run away. It's like, oh, what? Do I turn and fight or do I run away? You have no dash ability. It's doomed anyway. So the thing is about this all game was it was against an EVELYNN, and this mid lane champion was this. Was it a Xerath? I don't remember. It was some sort of immobile mage. Would just go side lane with TP, split, and then die to an EVELYNN, and I'm like, we know where she's going. We have deep vision. What are you doing? So SHACO here repositions using his Q to get the box. Kled decides to dash over it, so he fears in the other direction, but he's still able to do the stuff in. He goes enough to tank a tower shot, and the clone and the ignite will do the damage and get the free kill for us. So again, someone over pushing, kill them. EVELYNN, someone over pushing, kill them. Both champions can do the same thing, which is why the sequencing for me was so important, because we keep giving her freebies. You know, every time we died, we're giving her free stuff. Every time we let her get our camps, we're giving her free stuff. We have deep vision here. Obviously, who plays this one? This was a Kled, actually. So the Kled, a good mid lane. If you can get a good mid laner ahead who can roam with you, ooh, juicy fresh, especially in Platinum. Platinum is the elo whereby you will finally figure out that you will have win cons on your team. You will have people on your team who you can play with and who you can play with well. You understand? You will have one person on the team that you can say, listen, this person, we can 2v8 easily. And you will play around each other very, very well. It's not going to happen every game, but those people you find who can do that, they will basically also be destined for Diamond. And the Kled is doing such things here, but again, like the free double buffs we give him level 3, just leave. Why do we turn back and just run away? He hit it, he sees us as Kled, just leave. So this is all a snowball of that early rotation, and here he is again. And now he goes and types in the Reddits and the Discords and says, my mid laner wouldn't rotate, no. All right? No. Track this guy, he's AFK, where is he? Ping it. Now if this was a Talon, if this was an Akshan, right, we're inherently thinking, EVELYNN, we're inherently thinking the whole time, shit, is he invading me? Like, it's in your mind, right? So the control wards here are huge against these champions. Akshans, Kled mids, Talons, Zeds, anything that can, Kiana's originally, I mean, unless they're Beifang, but anything like that, put control wards down so you can see those movements. If you don't, you will get invaded, you will die, and you can blame someone else, but at the same time, all of this started you. And you have to admit that. And you have to go, right, should my Annie have not died? Should my Annie have played better? Yes. Should my Annie have? Yes. Should my Annie have done that? Yes. But our mistake caused the avalanche, right? We were the noise that started the snow falling down the mountain, and the Annie didn't know how to deal with it. And, you know, that's because she will be stuck in platinum, and our goal is to get to diamond, not to be stuck in platinum. Now, of course, we're just straight up giga fighting this Kled, and we can't even do it anymore. He's got the Gore Drinker, and obviously he has Skull for the shields, and he's got a lot more turn. Like, this is a 2v1 snowballing top laner champion, guys. And now there's an EVELYNN who knows we're super low, and will be probing and looking and thinking. We've just tried to hold, we couldn't hold. What could we have done instead? Maybe just Blue Grump, get 11 and kind of float him down and kill these two, kill this two, kill these two. So if this is an unkillable lane, I don't know why it happens in mid lane, but in top lane, we see unkillable lanes and we go, guess I don't show up, no point, right? In every other situation where there's a mid laner that's ahead, we just keep trying to kill it. It's okay to lose this mid tower. Because a lot of times if champions don't play around it properly, right? I'll explain this. Effectively, years ago, I duoed with an Orianna main for a little bit, back when we could duo in high elo. And I was playing Volibear and she was Orianna. And didn't rotate to anything. I think I mentioned this in the coaching video before. And let's say we're red team in this particular case. You know, I would gank, we would fist, we would dive, thumbs up, everyone's happy. Now I'm like, okay, let's take this tier 1 and take our lead somewhere else, to the bottom lane, to the top lane. Let's get some map control here. My thing. That's what I like. You know, let's get some division, collapse 4v2, shove this one out, you know, get the whole around the world tower thing going. No, she would just push this and push into tier 2. And I'm like, but the map is going to be Vortex, right? Because we have every other tower up, so it's like the vision is a V, which means you can just be collapsed on from like every location because you're shoving up at tier 2. Her response was, you should just shadow me. I'm Volibear at the peak of my power, rework power. Why would I do that when we need to go and get bottom lane ahead and kill them multiple times? We have such a big lead, use it everywhere. What they're going to do, this was a good mid laner, right? This is a high elo mid laner. So imagine platinum mid laners, when they take this, I'm sure it happens to you, definitely happens in low elo, they just kind of keep pushing, which means as a jungler, you have a lot of versatility to shut them down. As long as you can recognize those, you will win. Fortunately, we get pre-chunked here, so now we're super, super low. We can't really do anything. EVELYNN, where am I looking? EVELYNN is in the mid lane, doing what EVELYNN does, compromising her CSPM, because it doesn't matter. We can just kill the Annie now, but we can't go in first on the Annie. So this kind of game is where you kind of want, yeah, that will tell her, she's going to ult you. I mean, it's so obvious. The clutch should kind of bait it first, but you know, it was well executed if you're going to be the backup to the Klut's carry, as it were, so. Cloud is now forced to go, sorry, SHACO is forced to go back to base. We're not getting anything. This is activated. We get no plates here, but at least this was killed. You know, this is where the Banshees rush. Against these kind of comps as EVELYNN, this is where the Banshees rush is huge, by the way. You can just go Banshees second after your Rocket Belt, rush after Mythic. Because basically you got the Xerath, you get the Annie, you've got a really decent team that can go in and do things. It's really good for you to actually be able to just not tank that initial stun, and they will always use it, and your shield will just absorb the stun, so. Platinum Elo. Yeah. Who can expect these things? Who can expect these things? So, I would like to just go and do I would like to just straight up do the dragon now that I have prior, because that's it. I can fall back to this, or I can translate that to kills here and then fall back to this later. Instead, he's like, nope, I'm gonna just go back to base. So this is, again, I don't know what people are thinking. I know they think EVELYNN's alive, but it doesn't matter. You have numbers advantage here, right? You have TB from the Fiora as well. This should be a free dragon for us. In fact, we're not even thinking about the objective. The fact that we're getting the kill, falling back to this, not even seeing the translation kill, that's a huge platinum issue. You kind of get the kill, you pat yourself on the back, you're like, yes, I'm amazing, and my team are holding me back, but then, like, translate the kill to an objective, into more kills, into shoving waves, pull back to your shit afterwards, alright? Why go blue and base? Objective, scuttle. I mean, look, I can accept you going back to the blue and base if you took the scuttle crap, because that's basically a Krug camp, right? Yes. Now, of course, it is more risky, both wards are placed, control with just about fringe hits those, don't hit them, don't hit. Guys, look at this. This vision is denied. Yeah? Control wood is denying the vision. What happens when you hit it? You reveal. Don't hit it. Leave the one. Like, she also just left. She's like, what? Dragons? Dragons? Dragons. That's what that EVELYNN makes me think of. Not an intelligent jungler at all, just kind of like waffling and coin flipping and probably just stay platinum. This is what it looks like. The SHACO is destined, but he's got to shift a few of those mindsets. He's got to not die unnecessarily. Yes, he will die a few times. As an assassin, if you have more deaths than kills, the goal is better on you. You could snowball the game 100%. But if you make needless deaths, then it's not so good. So there we go. Free kill. That's a nice little 2-shift poison. We'll get that kill onto the... Wow. Well then. That was a little bit unlucky. That was what we say, a little bit unlucky. And now he wishes he was AP though, I can tell you that much. Q deceive, get out. That's top side, so that's fine for us. Oh goodness, it's a little unlucky. Never, just, if you have one auto attack, if you have flash, if you have that one spell you can use to get those kills, please do so. We do have the Q shift poison again. Q shift poison. Deceive into 2-shift poison, that was nicely positioned. Yeah, we'll take that. So, unlucky a little bit, I grant you this. Annie is not in this game. Again, we know why she's not in this game. We are not as much in this game as we should be. We should be 2 levels ahead of every platinum jungler. If you want diamond, your regular sort of measurement that you can use to say, hey, am I ready to make that jump? Are you consistently 2 levels ahead of the enemy jungler? If yes, you're ready to make the jump. What's a mistake? Probably mid to late game throws, team fighting, bad win con knowledge, giving up free dragons, a few things like this, right? But as long as you're getting those 2 level leads, you're on that cusp. In this particular case, a bit missed. We run away, we do shot good things, we turn back, we kill this with Deceive to Shiv, and that's nicely done. So hold this wave here. You take all. If you're feeling selfish, but you know, your ADC is a much a person as one can expect. Let's see what's her gold amount. 5.8 to Kaiser 7.4. Yeah. Okay, level 12 to level 12. EVELYNN is now the same CS as us, 125. See, I don't really get that. I know we didn't take the Herald, but the fact that we have a dragon apiece, 952, 125, you know, there's a little bit of dust, cat hair flying around. Anyway, you know, wait, what's going on here? So we're doing this, again, I don't know why we're the same level, but again, ultimately the deaths are what cause this. Sorry, I just stopped to think a little bit. The deaths are what cause this disparity, because even though you have more kills, more KP, same CS, same objective, -1, EVELYNN has more leeching potentially, that gives her a little bit of a juice, but at the same time, if you're not dead, if you're dead twice like she is, -3 deaths, what could you have done in that time to amplify your experience 10x, right? 5x, 2x, doesn't matter, it's more. So you should be at least be 13, 14 because you were alive 5 times, you know, like gives you like basically 2 minutes of tempo overall. What could you do if 21 minutes was 19 minutes? What could you do if you were as strong as you are now, 2 minutes prior, and everyone else has gone back in time except you haven't? You're currently as strong as you are. Huge, right? Especially when you reframe it like that. So I think reframing your deaths with, instead of being deaths, they're just time lost. Now we decided, hey, let's go on the Kai'Sa here, despite the fact that we don't know where Nara is, or EVELYNN is, or Morgana is. Oh, look, there, everybody's there. We just kind of queued in without thinking, so like all assassins, you have to think about where you're going to queue, or where you're going to move to if you're camouflage. And when you don't, you end up doomed. Fortunately, our Q is on a decent cooldown at this stage, 7.24. Well, decent. It feels, as I said, when you're not a SHACO main, I know you guys who play SHACO always know this, but when you're not a SHACO main, it always feels like that Q deceive is on a way shorter cooldown than it actually is. This was just classic assassination greed, not thinking about or respecting the possibility of the map being in the position that it was, and largely because we've taken no damn towers. We have done no tower damage. We've not shown any ganks or proactivity to take said towers. We've not positioned the map in counter jungling to get deep kills in the EVELYNN that we could leverage into dives and tower kills. We don't do that and we just focus on what the SHACO has been focusing on. You will lose, and you will lose Barons. Does the EVELYNN deserve to win? No. Is the SHACO at least trying the hardest on his team? Yes. Is his team straight up kind of inting? Yes. But his impact isn't as strong as the KDA suggests, and I hope in this coaching, in this video that I'm putting up, you can see in Platinum this is the biggest cause of your stuckness and why you don't get Diamond. Because your impact is all on you and in your mind. It's not actually a tangible thing that your laners can recognize. And I say that as someone, the first time I did Platinum, it was my first season, I was 200 ping NA. You know, I went from P3 to P2, but it took me 10 times the first time. 10 times in the we had promos back then. You new players who started now don't know what promos are. Anyone else who started before knows what promos are, but we had promos in every division, right? Any sort of division was promos, and of course we had 5 divisions. So it would be P5, promos, P4, promos, P3, promos, P2, promos, best of 5, D4, right? Like every time best of 5. Even from silver to gold was best of 5. silver to, gold to platinum. And we had decay in platinum too. You would decay if you didn't play either. So it was a much stricter time. The point was I got stuck 10 times. And a lot of people who first time platinum getting to diamond, even those big players they get stuck. This is why. Because your impact is inward when you need to realize that, hey, I need to be strong, but I also need to understand how to impact the map in a much more positive way, in a much more real way. And when you learn that, you win a lot more games. Because yes, you're going to have inting laners. Yes, you're going to be able to get these cleanup kills. EVELYNN kills a clone. So when you wish you were AP now. You are strong. You are in a position to kind of carry this game, but you got to be 2 levels up. You can't be the same level. And no, it's not your fault. So I got tongue-tied a little bit. Repeat this phrase, I always say this. You can be the reason that your team didn't win, which is you just straight up inting and making plays, which is what your teammate are doing. In the SHACO's case, when you play well, basically what you're looking at is a situation as we just go on the killing spree here. There we go, nice little kill. Here comes the Kled yet again, but we have to sieve up. So the way to think about it is you might not be the reason your team lost, but you're also the reason your team didn't win. That kind of takes away the responsibility. You're saying, okay, look, my team inted, not my fault, but I also didn't do enough to carry them. I didn't do enough to impact the game such that we could win the game. So I don't deserve to complain about it. And that's usually the way it is. You will have games when you did do everything, right? 90% KP, gazillion damage, all the turrets, and there's just some monkey who throws. That does happen, but that's in the 20%. You chuck those in the bin, you don't think about them again. Other 80% of games we can control. 60%, totally control. 20% like this one, we have to play perfectly. One mistake could lose the game. Likewise, we could be playing terribly and one great play could win the game. That's the 20%, right? So that's the thing that takes you from a 60 to 80% win rate when you can turn those quite a lot. Yeah. Finland's all about mentality shift, contextualizing, and understanding your own limitations. Once you figure that out, you figure out how you need to impact the map in a much more advanced and mature way as a jungler. That's when you get to diamond. And here, yes, I'll give it to the Kled, but if you give him the first kill, then double buffs and snowballs the map, you are causing the issue. We had a perfect 3-camp gank. We had a perfect invade kill. We took this. We tried to go across the controllers. We did. We went back here. All we had to do is defend this safely. If we get Giga invaded, we just take this. We can fake out and then maybe kill a Grump or something if really nothing else to do. But there's always this. This would have respawned. This would have respawned because we started here. So 352-ish, that's going to respawn. We had lots of things we could have done just to give up the blue. Like, who cares, right? Important. And all snowballed back and forth, and obviously this wasted time. The spaghetti power thing wasn't good either early. And the classical assassination mistake. Hey, let's go. Oh, wait, I didn't think about where the team was. Silly me, and then you die. Yeah. You looked like Joker when Harley left her. Now, the plant is hit. We're still 14. Kled is also 14. Fiora is 15, so she's done okay, for herself. She hasn't really had any really good game impact. Stunned there by the Annie. Ignite's burning on the Gnar. We'll get that kill nicely. I felt like that should have ended a lot more, but we didn't actually get the Ignite going. I swear that Ignite should have been ticking on him. I swear it was the red buff, but I swear in my brain I'm like, you should just ignite him, right? You just ignite him and get the kill and then move on with your life. Now we're diving into 4 people. Sure, we killed one, but at what cost? This is a silly death. What can we do instead? SHACO mains. What do you do instead? Ooh. You can split push, guys. You can have a strong split push. Do we want to go 5v5 team fighting as a SHACO? No. And this is why good SHACOs climb, bad SHACOs do not. Now this SHACO is climbing. He is climbing. Got a good win rate, 60% win rate. He wasn't platinum last season. He was gold. He will climb because you can see he's getting fed. He's got a decent game plan. He can learn a little bit of repositioning and a little bit of restraint in some of these situations. He's going to have a nice package. And obviously these kinds of situations, just use Ignite, kill him and get out. Everyone's always the question mark. Where is she? I don't know. She hasn't shut up quickly. Kill, leave. Use your Q, get out. Or ideally turn back and help your team. Now you've smurfed the team fight. Now you can keep going. And that's when you see the good stuff. So if you go to the gameplay channel, watch that SHACO game, the 80 SHACO game, it shows you exactly how to team fight in a good way. Target swapping and everything like that. How to snowball in end games. I would recommend watching that as well as this if you're interested in the champion. But again, like the Fiora's done okay. She just hasn't done anything to impact the map. So you can say the same thing for us. 7 deaths are not good. Like we're just probing with our with our Q, right? We're like we don't have vision control at all. We're not really. We have 16 vision score in 27 minutes. If you're a jungler and your vision score is sub 1 a minute, fix it. More control words, more scanning. deny, use. The problem is we just don't see things. We're going in blindly because we don't see things. We don't know what's going on. Our clone finally dies. Evelynn hits the charm on the Fiora. Do we go back in here and die, or do we kind of just detach? Let's see. Samira's pushing mid lane. She probably dies then. Yep, she will die. Do we shadow, or do we just give it up? At this point, we got to give it up because she's dead, most likely. Yeah. As expected, we take the blue, and he's typing, most likely, level 13. Their own fault. Their own fault, but we had a hand in it. Now, do we want to chase down and steal this Albaron? I think I would look to steal it. Can I carry without it? Can I wave clear without it? Can I carry this team without it? I have a few. Ooh, I stole a Baron. The very first short I put out like a year ago, whatever. I did this steal with the Zyra jungle. I had a Fiora or a Vayne splitting bot lane. It was a Vayne. And we were losing the game. I stole the Baron. Our whole team was there. Vayne was solo down here, and she pushed inhib from it. So if you have a really strong split pusher who's doing a good job, you can really turn a game around by stealing this right here. What happens if I don't steal it and they get it? I feel like we lose slowly and we can do nothing about it. So I'm willing to go for the steal. And considering we now have 353 there, that's a good smite combo. We don't have smite though. Yeah, you gotta have your smite when the Baron's up. Kled's flanking. We missed it. Morgana's bot lane. We missed the back line. Like, we're going straight up for the Kaiser. We should be able to kill her, actually. Too much go button. Too no go button. Missed the flankings, place the box, peel, no one, they're all doing this. He's peeling, he's by himself. Everyone, vortex, kill the Kled, kill the cat, kill the Kled. This Morgana's killing our Fiora, like stopping our Fiora. Cool, that's numbers advantage. Turn, kill, Baron, push, push, push. GG, right? It's not difficult to get back in the game here. But we were just too hesitant on the situation where we didn't need to be. We were too overcommittal in multiple situations where we didn't need to be. And this is a very platinum game to lose, whereby you're like, hey guys, I have so many kills. Damn it, team. But as you can see, there are ways to carry these intis. I'm not saying necessarily that this was a straight up free game for us to carry. See, he's too late on this. Like, good. But if he didn't, when he did, you know, and he probably dies. The Evelynn's build, though. She just finished her second item in 30 damn minutes. Anyway. Can we get one more pick here, maybe? But I don't think... Like, I feel like that's the camel. Camel's back, as it were. Just running... just running into 4 people and dying. This is why you lose as assassins. This is why you don't win in Platinum. This is why you don't win in low elo with assassins. Get another team fight. I've made a whole assassin dedicated guide on my main channel, so... Go and watch that if you like. GG. Not his fault that he lost, but also they didn't win because of him also, if that follow my meaning. So, horrific team, definitely carryable in that 20%, not in the 60% threshold. Hopefully you learned a few things about general assassin jungling and general plat jungling. I try to keep it as general as possible because I know SHACO is unique, but it also provides you a lot of openings to carry games. Good SHACO mains would 100% carry this, so thank you very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Best junglers tier list on the main channel for Virkayu for your coaching, one-on-one, VOD review, VOD library, courses coming very soon, and as always, I will see you all in the next tutorial.